Hello, this is a review of the Danielsson control fly reel. Quite a unique fly reel, which I'll show you in a moment. I know people like to see boxes that things come in, so I'll do a quick unboxing. I don't get worked up about boxes myself. They usually end up in the bin very quickly. So in the box you get the reel, a diagram of the parts list of all the other reels, and a small Allen key, which I'll tell you about later. So that's the box out of the way. You have a nicely made neoprene case, and the reel is quite a chunky item. Of course, when you get it, it doesn't come with a little bit of backing line, but I've got this on the reel so that I can demonstrate to you the main feature of the reel. Now, as you can see, I'm pulling line off the reel, but the handle isn't going round. This system is very useful, well, very handy when you're playing strong fighting fish like pike, salmon, some of the, most of the marine fish, pollock, and if you're lucky enough to go abroad, snappers and so on, and tarpon. It's very sturdily made in Sweden. It's also unusual in the fact that normally you have your handle on one side of the reel and the drag on the opposite side. That would usually be the drag on there. That is actually to release the spool. You loosen it off, you move those little bits to the side, and the spool comes away. You've actually got your drag where it's most handy, where the handle is. But because the handle isn't spinning around while the fish is running away from you, you can easily adjust the drag. But I'll give you an idea of the weight and dimensions. Here we go in ounces. 9.82 with nothing on it. 9.82 ounces, that is. Let's do grams. It's 277.34 grams. If you order a spare spool, it also comes in a nice neoprene case. And you can see the way the reel's been designed, that there isn't the usual bits and pieces of gubbins in the centre of the spool. So it makes the spare spools more affordable. So your spool is held by these three lugs, which are very strongly made. And the spool is squeezed between them. If I show you a similar size reel, a conventional reel, you can see that when you buy a spare spool, you're paying for all of this assembly here, and if it has ball bearings in it, you're buying another set of ball bearing races in there. And of course the handles, which you're not paying for again. This reel has two quite large ball bearing races inside it, and a large multi-plate drag system. This is the parts breakdown of the reel. You've got a ball bearing race up here, one down here, and a multi-plate drag system. So they call this a control reel. So when you're playing a fish, you can have your drag set fairly low, and when a fish starts to run away from you, by putting pressure on the handle either forwards or backwards multiplies the strength of the drag. So when you have something like a salmon that's running into a dangerous part of the river, or a pike that you want to turn back towards the boat, you have the ability to do it without grabbing hold of your line. I'll just show you some dimensions of the reel anyway. So it's just under 4 inches on like 95 millimeters across. It's probably easier with a spool. The spool's 1.5 inches and 3/4 of an inch depth in the spool. You should be able to get like a 9 or 10 weighted forward line on there and adequate backing. Now, and I'll put this on a rod handle and demonstrate the drag system to you. So I've got the drag set very light, so I'm pulling away with the reel, and the drag's moving at 1/2 pound. Bit awkward to do with this. If I clamp onto the handle of the reel here, you can see that 1/2 pound has gone to well over 4 pounds of tension, and if you slightly release the handle, you can regulate the drag to just where you want between the two extremes. You can set that reel drag until it just about feels as if you can't pull any line off, so there's loads of power there. But then you've got this additional power that when you start to put weight on the handle, I'm really looking forward to playing fish with this system. These fly reels come direct from Sweden, and their service for dispatching and delivering is really sharp. I ordered this reel together with a couple of spare spools and other bits from Sweden, and I ordered the reel on Tuesday morning. That was between Christmas and New Year, and I got the fly reel delivered on Thursday afternoon, which is very good. And I'm in the middle of the UK. When you're ordering, there is a point to make sure you don't do what a friend of mine did when he went to the website and saw the prices were free of VAT, so he then added VAT on. So he ended up paying Sweden their VAT, and then when it was imported into the UK, he paid UK VAT duty again. So don't make that mistake. The website's quite intelligent. It knows what country you're ordering from, so get your reel without the VAT and don't be penalised. So this is just a brief rundown of the reel. I'm going to do further videos when I actually test it out on some fish, but I thought you'd like to see this, the control reel by Danielsson. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, make an old man happy. Thank you very much. Bye.